What's the most unforgettable thing a child has ever said to you that changed your life forever? For me, it came from a little boy who was only 3 years old, and I still think about those words every single day. When I was 17, my life fell apart in the space of a few seconds. My parents, my older brother, my sister, and I were driving home from a family trip when an argument broke out in the front seat. My dad looked away for just a moment, lost control of the car, and everything changed. My parents never made it home. Neither did my brother. Only my sister and I survived. Losing them forced me to grow up overnight. I thought it would change both of us. It didn't. My sister spent the next few years chasing one unstable relationship after another. She rushed into marriages, rushed out of them just as quickly, and made promises she never kept. Responsibility always seemed to belong to someone else. Then, she had a son. For a brief moment, I hoped becoming a mother would slow her down. Instead, she left that little boy with relatives for days at a time while she focused on finding her next partner. By the time I was 23, I couldn't watch it anymore. I was still in school, working 2 part-time jobs, barely paying my own bills, but I took my nephew in because someone had to put him first. Life was brutal. Some weeks I skipped meals so he wouldn't have to. I wore the same worn-out shoes until they nearly fell apart. Every dollar I earned went toward rent, food, daycare, or keeping the lights on. There were nights when I sat alone after he fell asleep, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I was failing him, and wondering how much longer I could keep going. One evening, after another exhausting day, he climbed onto my lap with his little blanket wrapped around his shoulders. He looked at me with complete certainty and said, "Uncle, when I grow up, I want to be just like you, because you never leave people you love." He was only 3 years old. He probably didn't even realize what he had just said. But in that moment, every sacrifice suddenly mattered. I realized someone was watching me, learning from me, believing in me, and if he believed I was strong enough, then I had to become the person he already thought I was. That conversation changed my life. I finished school, built a career, worked my way into a senior position at one of the most competitive firms in my field. Today, people see the success. They don't see the tiny apartment, the sleepless nights, or the little boy whose faith in me carried me through the darkest chapter of my life. Sometimes the smallest voices speak the biggest truths, and sometimes the words that save you come from someone too young to realize they've just changed your world forever.